I am gonna take the cheapest flight every single day. I have absolutely no idea where I'm gonna end up. Let's find out. Welcome to the fifth and final day of taking the cheapest flight every single day just to see where we end up. We spent yesterday in Copenhagen. I'm at Copenhagen airport right now, and today we're flying to Austria. Let's go to Vienna. Wow, what a morning, what a morning. So I'm already in Vienna. I just wanted to get outside the airport because it was crazy. Those people everywhere trying to get the train and the buses. Anyway, there's like an express train and then there's a city train. I have no idea. So I just paid €2.10 and then jumped on the next train because I don't know what was going on. But first, let's talk about that flight. So that flight was with Ryanair, but of course it wasn't a Ryanair airplane. So they told us that the airplane was broken, so they needed a replacement airplane. So it was delayed for an hour waiting for a new plane, and then we went on the Launder airplane, which I guess is like a replacement plane. And then we sit there for 30 minutes, and then they said on the loudspeaker, is there a doctor or a nurse on the plane? I thought that only happened in the movies. I didn't think that was real. But yeah, so a guy stood up, he was like, yeah, I'm a doctor, and then like someone was having like a medical emergency or something, so I was like, yeah, like that guy's so cool. But yeah, unfortunately they had to get off, so we was delayed for an hour, but we finally made it. And then yeah, it happens in real life, not just the movies. So that train I was on, that's going to continue to Salzburg. We're not going to talk about Salzburg today because if you didn't see those videos, go and watch those. It was so cold, but this is cool. I don't really know what to expect from Vienna, to be honest, because I don't know if it's going to be similar to Salzburg. The weather is a little bit similar because it's chilly. I wouldn't say it's cold, but it's chilly today. Yeah, definitely not the same as Greece. If this is the first video of mine that you're seeing, before you say, well, why did you go there? I didn't choose it. Well, I kind of chose it, but I just booked the cheapest flight, whatever the cheapest flight was, from Copenhagen this morning, and it happened to be to Vienna. So that's why I booked it. The last 5 days, I've been booking the cheapest flight and just seeing where I end up. So I kind of chose it, but I had to book it. Just entering now the Botanical Gardens. Look at that. Very, very, very nice. I love this challenge. It's been so much fun, but I wish it could be like a mystery. Like I wish I could just get on a plane and just see where I am like when I get there. You know, I mean, it's not possible because someone else would have to book it, and then you know, no one would have to tell me where I am, whatever. But yeah, that sounds so much fun. But if you haven't watched the videos, go and watch them. This is number 5. Where have you been? At the end of this video, I'll do a quick summary, and then tomorrow I think I'm gonna talk about the whole series, what I would have done differently, because there's definitely things I would have done differently. This park is beautiful, and that thing is a big arts museum. I think the University of Vienna is over there. But yeah, this park is spotless, very well taken care of. Very, very peaceful today. Today is a Thursday, by the way, so I don't think we're gonna get many tourists today. I wish it was warmer. Look at this. This is amazing. I just love how perfect everything is. The flowers, the grass. Wow. Nice view of the city too. We're gonna head straight over there. One thing that I always find so interesting about big buildings like that is it was built for someone to live in it. Like they never ever built buildings to be museums, you know? They kind of start as residents and then they become museums when, you know, history, whatever. But I don't think there's any big building in the world that wasn't built for someone to live in it. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, so this at one time I assume was somebody's house, and he could stand up there on the grand balcony and look out at his garden and he could see this. How amazing is that? I'll tell you what else is amazing. Robot lawnmower. Look at that thing. That's the future right there. That's the future. Amazing. I can leave Austria happy now. So I was right. That's the Upper Belvedere, and it was originally built for Prince Eugene of Savoy, a prominent military leader and art patron in the early 18th century. Looks like Prince Eugene had a maze as well. Let's check it out. Just can't imagine walking around here knowing that it's yours. Amazing. And he didn't even have to buy it. It was built for him. Look at that thing. That's amazing. Anyway, let's go and walk 1,000,000 miles around Vienna. So here we go. This is what the streets of Vienna look like. I definitely think that a lot of Europe looks the same. Like I think if you drop someone here, you wouldn't know which country they're in. There's so many countries that could be. That's a cool building. Has a Croatia flag. Must be the consulate. Got to put an extra layer on. I'm not cold, but I don't want to get cold. So I say it every single video, but the best way to see a city is go out there and see it. Because so many people, they land in a place, they get a taxi, then they take guided tours, then they, you know, everything is organized, everything is straight to the point, you know. Just walk around the street, see what you find. See, if you took a taxi, you would never see stuff like this. I don't know what it is, but you wouldn't have seen it. Look at that thing. That thing is spraying everywhere. Let's get away from it. Another thing I really find interesting is, so over there, that's the Palace Offenheim, which of course, it used to be a palace, but now it's just like an office. It's like an insurance and a bank office, and there's a McDonald's on the ground floor. So, and this one too, look at it, it's huge. So of course, when these buildings were built, they were so important, but now they're just not. They're just offices. These buildings are so impressive, but maybe it's just me, but I couldn't look at these buildings and say, yep, that's Austria. Like, it could be Germany, it could be Spain, Italy. Maybe that's just me, but I don't see any difference. I'm sure there are some small differences, but they're very, very, very similar. A lot of European countries. Very impressive, but they look the same to me. There's an Irish pub at every city in the world. Flanagan's. Just think about the prices here compared to the other cities. I think that Copenhagen's a little bit more expensive than here. It's still very, very expensive here. There's like a shopkeeper standing on the doorstep of her restaurant, just looking out like, where's all the customers? I look inside, there's not a single customer in there. And then I saw the sign. It's like €9 for a little sandwich. It's like, what do you expect with the prices like that? Look at this. Kids toy store. Kinderbackladen. Really cool. Austria is another country that has 0 signs in English. It's so funny which countries do and which countries don't. You want to see this view? Look at this. Look at that. Looks like they got a market over here too. Wow, feels like Christmas. Just like Christmas. That's a Dalmatian, and that is St. Stephen's Cathedral. It's absolutely huge. Before we go inside, I want to say thank you to SAFETYWING. I'm always covered by SAFETYWING whenever I travel. SAFETYWING has supported this whole trip. They're so reliable, they're so flexible. There's always someone there when you need someone to talk to. So click the link in the description to get the insurance for your next trip. Let's go inside. Mat, your ribbon, Wow, this place is very impressive. So it is free to come inside here. You can pay €7 to go inside here. I don't think it's worth it, but if you want to go inside, get a closer look, then you can. But this is very impressive. I'm not religious, but I love seeing buildings like this, and I love the organ. The organ's my favorite. So if you pay the €7, you can go right down to the front there, get a closer look. I think one thing that's lacking in here is the stained glass. I don't think it's that exciting. I think we need new stained glass, but everything else is very, very impressive. That was so great. So St. Stephen's Cathedral, everywhere I go today I put in the description so you can come here too. But I've been to church a few times, and it's always been like tiny churches because my friends taking me, whatever. I've never ever been to like a service inside a huge church like that. I can't even imagine it. Another thing is, there's people begging here, and I've been told that they're not genuine beggars, like they're from Romania or something, so don't give them money, but they literally sit right outside the church. I feel like so many countries that I've been to in Europe, literally right outside the door, there'll be someone begging. I've been told not to give them money, so. We're gonna take a walk around this area. This is known as the historic center of Vienna. And I hate to say it again, but American tourists, stop acting like American tourists, please. If you don't know what that means, then maybe you're one of them. Look at this small ice cream van. That might be the smallest I've ever seen. That's cool. So it looks like we're kind of downtown, the shopping area. So many people, many tourists, many tour groups. The weather's okay at the moment. It's gonna get colder though. Okay, Americans, please tell me, do you still have Foot Locker in America? Because I thought they closed down, but pretty much every single European country has a Foot Locker. Here's a whole store just for cheese. Look at these cheese wheels. Be your own boss. There you go, that's me. There's a dog. So this big thing is another museum. I'm not too sure how to say it. I'm going to show you instead of saying it because I don't want to get that wrong and upset some people. So let's see if we can go inside. Here's a question for you. Do you know why they put this net? Anyone know why? It's to stop birds going inside, that's why. Very, very impressive. Just the detail of these places is just crazy. How do you build something like this? I have no idea. So I actually think the real name of this place is Hofburg Palace. And it says that it holds the imperial crown of the Holy Roman Empire. I don't know if that's like a physical real crown or it means something else. I'm not sure, but yeah, Hofburg Palace. Hofburg Imperial Palace. And I also read that there's a horse riding school here too. You definitely know that because you can smell it. Oh yeah, now we're talking. We can definitely play football in here. Yeah, this is perfect for football. Look at that. Here's that word again. You can say it, but I'm not going to say it. Here's another one I'm not going to say. Is there a famous landmark anywhere in the world that doesn't have a cafe and a souvenir shop? That is another huge museum. Massive. I think traveling is so cool, and I think everybody should do it if they have the chance, because you just can't see stuff like that in Asia or in North America. You really can't. Of course, they have their own cool stuff, but yeah, Europe is special. Europe is different. I like a lot of things about Asia, I like a lot of things about North America, but yeah, travel if you can. I've never been to South America, never been to Africa, so I still need to go there someday. But yeah, travel's cool, travel's really cool. Now we're heading into Volksgarten, not Volkswagen, and no hoverbots, okay? They got some baby ducks right there. I say it every time, but every big city, every bustling city needs green area like this for people to get away from the busy streets and relax just for a little bit. I think it's so valuable, and it's scary to think that maybe one day there'll be no green left on the world because we keep building and building and building, and soon there'll be nothing left. I hope it doesn't happen. I hope they keep places like this, many parks in London, and they need them because people need to get away from the hustle and bustle of the busy city. So I hope places like this stay. This garden is beautiful, amazing. One thing that I think about is if I wasn't here, these people would still be sitting here, but I wouldn't know it. They wouldn't see me, but they would still be here. Just left the park. Here we are in the middle of Vienna, and there's scales here. I don't know why. I don't know if it's famous scales. There's no like sign or anything. Why would they have scales here? Anyone know? Looks like they're setting up for a concert over here. Sign says 20th of May. Look at that view. Imagine watching music here. So I just spoke to the security there. There's a concert tomorrow. Amazing place to play music. I just have no idea how you build something like this. It's absolutely perfect. So this is the city hall, and it's huge. Look at all those wires. Somebody somewhere knows what all that means. When you travel, you really realize how spoiled people are from English-speaking countries, just in terms of language, because we don't need to learn another language because everybody speaks English, and they speak really good English. Like even like little kids, even like bus drivers, like people that you don't expect to speak English, they still speak English because of course they have to, you know, they learn it in school. I feel like that's another thing that English-speaking countries should be doing, like getting their kids, should be mandatory to speak another language. Many schools do have this, but not all of them. And of course, for like every single country in the world, it's mandatory for the kids to learn English. But I mean, it's very difficult to say because if they learn Spanish and then they go to Italy, like it's useless. It's really difficult to choose which one language should be mandatory for kids to learn, because I mean English is universal, everybody speaks it everywhere. So I can see both sides, but it just, yeah, people don't expect natural English speakers to speak a second language because you kind of don't need to. So that is the University of Vienna. So this street is called the Ringstrasse, and it says online there's a lot of important buildings on this street, like the Opera building and Parliament, and it looks very busy. I'm guessing this is where the shopping, a lot of people like to do shopping too. But yeah, trams going through the middle. Let's check out Ringstrasse. There's another scale on the street. I hope Austrian people watch this video and please tell me why there's scales on the street. Got me some Austrian Haribos. Can we all agree that this is good for the environment but so annoying? It's just starting to rain. As long as we don't get a repeat of what happened in Athens, I think we'll be fine. We only have one day here, so we have no time to lose. Sheltering from the rain just a little bit because it's pouring. Eating my Haribo. But I'm just thinking about the series that we've just done. 5 days, 5 different countries. Like, so many people never ever leave their own country their whole life. So I feel very, very lucky that I've been able to do this. It's been so much fun. It's been tiring. But I can only do this because you watch my videos. So thank you so much for watching these videos. If this is the first one that you're seeing, then hit the subscribe because there's so many more adventures that I want to do. I have so many ideas. But please tell me what you think. Like, please write a comment. I read every single comment. I reply to every single comment. I want to know what you think. If you think I should have done this, or I do this too much, or like, please tell me, you know, because I'm really trying to get better at making videos, because that's what I want to do, you know. Like, I want to get better and I want to improve. And the only way I can improve is if you tell me what's wrong. So yeah, please tell me what you think about this series, if you enjoyed it, and yeah, if there's something that I should do differently next time. Just sitting here with my Haribo, watching the world go by in Vienna, Austria. Amazing. We've been to 5 different countries this week. Great experience. So I hate to say it, but a lot of these buildings look the same to me. So that is the Parliament building. So I guess that is Austria's version of the Houses of Parliament. Looks very cool, very white. Anyone know this hockey team? Starbulls Rosenheim. So this area is called the Museum Quarter, and that is the outer city gate. And this map says that we are here, and then over there 15, that's 15 outer city gate. So I'm guessing this whole thing at one time was the palace, because we're right next to the Hofburg Palace where we were just earlier today. So maybe this whole thing was part of that. It's huge. That one is the National History Museum. I think it's safe to say, if you do not like museums, do not come to Austria. This is interesting. It's like a carousel, but instead of like the carts, they just put random stuff in there, and it's powered by bike as well, so you need to pedal it and it will go around. Look at that watering can, that's cool. Mini golf. I read about this market online, looks really cool. Let's see if we can get some food here. It's almost dinner time, so not too busy at the moment. There's a lot of stands here, but it's only 5 o'clock, so they're not all open yet. So maybe if we can find something, we'll get something, but maybe not. Here comes the rain. I think we've been lucky. Only 2 days out of 5 days it's been raining, so can't complain. That is Charles's church. I feel like I've seen enough churches this week to last a lifetime, but it took 20 years to build, and the original architect died before it got finished, so his son finished it. So our next stop is going to be Stadtpark. Online it looks beautiful, but it is not. I have no idea why this place is a tourist attraction, because it's nothing. I don't know. Let's walk across the bridge, see what's over there. So there is more over here, but it's just people playing football and basketball and skate park. Not much. We have been flying as cheap as possible this week. We've also been staying in accommodation as cheap as possible. We're staying in another hostel again tonight, so the only thing left is to go and check in. So I've talked about it a bit before, but I really don't mind staying in hostels as long as it's only for 1 or 2 nights. And it's actually a great way to meet other solo travelers if you are a solo traveler as well, because it's a very social experience. But also, as long as it's clean, as long as it's safe and I can have a hot shower, I don't care. Tonight we're staying in the Meininger. Let's go and see what £23 gets you in Vienna, Austria. Got my card, we're in 518. There's a lot of seating here. They have breakfast, It's very clean, a lot of space. This place is huge, a lot of hangout space. So there you go, 5 days, 5 flights, and we made it to 5 different countries. I'm so happy. I'm so tired, but I enjoyed it so much. I hope that you enjoyed watching this. This was really a challenge for me to show you that you can travel so cheap. There are 5 episodes there, so if you missed any, then definitely go and watch those. If you watched them all, thank you. Please write in the comments, my favorite place was blah blah blah, and then tell me what your favorite place was, because we went to Malta, Greece, Hungary, Denmark and Austria all in the last 5 days. Please tell me what your favorite place was, so I know that you watched every single video. The next video is going to be a big review of my experience doing this trip, because there's things I would have done very differently. There's things that I would recommend that you do next time if you want to take this trip. I don't recommend it, but there's so many more adventures coming. So thank you for watching this one. Always click the link in the description to get your insurance with SAFETYWING. Thank you, SAFETYWING, for supporting me and being my partner for this whole challenge. I've enjoyed this so much. I'm going to sleep for a few days because I need it. Thank you again. I'll see you very soon. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.